Change is the only constant, an old adage, but has never been as relevant as it holds today. In a day and age when everything is just a touch away, the youth are seeking brands who are doing just that, embracing change. And that was the focus of the MTV Youth Marketing Forum this year. Key takeaways from the forum were essentially to develop a risk appetite of sorts, and two, don't take the path of the tried and tested. Khushbu Patodia with that report.
Youth, the misunderstood generation. The generation that lives in the world of tweets, posts, tunes and videos. With so many platforms at their disposal, according to MTV's Youth Marketing Study 2012, 97% of the youth today believe that they have the power to change the world. The Anna Hazare campaign being one of the greatest examples of just that.
Every age group, every economic strata, all raising their voice against corruption.
With this sudden shift of power in the hands of Generation Y, the ask of the hour for brands and marketers is to develop more of an appetite for risk and take the path less travelled to remain relevant in this fast-changing environment.
We've got to play the right combination of traditional media and what has been called emerging media, though I strongly believe that the whole digital landscape, which empowers consumers so much in India, has actually emerged. This year when we launched our Change the Game campaign around bringing alive the platform of football in India, we actually first premiered and launched our communication on YouTube. And it became the top trending video on YouTube that day, and I think even for that week. It was extremely popular. So we didn't do the conventional stuff.
Some of that risk-taking is happening in the world of cinema. Shaitan, Kahani and Vicky Donor are examples of films that have gone the non-conventional way. And guess what? The audiences have embraced them with open arms.
The audience is taking the risk these days. It's not like the content providers are taking it. The audience is taking a risk by spending a good 250, 300 rupee on a ticket for a film which has no stars, it has only a concept, or it's only got word of mouth publicity for going for it. So if the audience is ready to take a risk, I think the content makers also need to keep delivering in that sense.
That apart, the study also seems to suggest that the youth today have moved beyond just being consumers of content to those that dictate it. A harsh truth that brands and media stakeholders need to come to terms with.
Feedback has become real time, and the ability to kind of co-create with the audience, because it's not become about just one-way traffic again. I talked about engagement. I think as content owners, we're also co-creating. So where a show starts off in episode 1 as one direction, I think through the season it evolves because we're constantly co-creating with the audience, and then that makes the audience that much more involved in the content as well.
We set out almost about a dozen odd viral videos. There are about half a dozen of them worked beautifully. A couple of them didn't work as well. So we were able to take that feedback from the customers and knock off a couple of them and reinforce a few other pieces of communication which are actually working much better.
In the world of short attention span and attention disorders, engagement supersedes inspiration. Here's how digital the youth of today have become. With almost 40% of them surfing the internet on mobile, to 41% using Facebook mobile apps, to 44% using the MMS service on their mobile phone. And it is this digital revolution that many in the communications business are looking to leverage on.
It used to be something that was nice to have and something that was kind of novel when a band talked directly to their fans. And now it's an absolute necessity. Kelly Clarkson, one of the things that she does is before every single show, she tells her fans to specifically request what songs they want her to sing. And what she does is she does like hashtag KC requests and then the city. So what that does is it gives the fan an element of creative control.
We talk about crowdsourcing ideas, and one of the early examples was Ethan, 5-year-old boy, who sent us an excellent idea. Ethan thought that Angry Birds should build the following type of levels. So he had sketched to a A4 paper, and Mom wrote a letter with Ethan's drawing and send it to us. And we built exactly Ethan's level into the game, including his name.
So while some brands and content providers have realized the power of the young, a majority of brands are still living in the past. Accessibility on multiple platforms and a symbiotic relationship with the brand are what young consumers of today are seeking. Crowdsourced content and compelling stories that go beyond hard selling are key trends of tomorrow. And the youth today doesn't mince its words when it says it's their way or the highway.